Hi there. Today we're going to delve into OrgaNinja, the world's premier tool for organizing your digital content. She's a thing of beauty. Not only does she maximize the value of our digital devices and content, but the way she operates is truly innovative and unique. Before we get started, it's important to note that there are a couple of basic concepts that one has to grok to get the most out of the solution. 1. All files, regardless of format or source, must be stashed in one place, and that's called the OrgaNinja root directory. And 2. The primary gizmo we'll use to quickly rename and organize these files is called the File Builder Custom Control. More on her features later. The first thing we'll notice when we fire up the software is she'll go out and take inventory for us. This means she knows all the files that have been added to the root directory since our last session. If we want to go ahead and organize them now, she'll neatly assemble them for us in one interface. If not, no biggie. Our files will remain in the root directory until we're ready to get after it. Let's talk about the root directory in greater detail. The root is simply a directory location of your choosing. The root can be on your local drive, an external drive, it could be a Dropbox folder, or configured for a myriad of cloud or other storage locations. It really doesn't matter. What does matter is that you make a plan and stick with it. When you first install the software, this dialog box will prompt for your decision. Thus, if you earmark your root directory for an external location, make sure that device is connected when you reach this point of the install process. Ditto for all future sessions too. In other words, you must ensure that the root directory you designate is accessible in order for OrgaNinja to run smoothly. Here's a free tip. Keep the path concise. It makes files easier to see as we navigate the software. For this reason, the default root directory is at the top level of our C drive. In our case, let's change the suggested root directory to Video Files Galore. No, better yet, let's earmark our Dropbox account for our root directory location. This way we have more options for remote access. By the way, we love how Dropbox deploys as cloud storage, yet behaves like a local folder. The best of both worlds. So, once our software is installed and our root directory is established, we're ready to rock and roll. That means when our smartphone fills up with killer videos, and you know it will, or if the SD card in our handheld video cam is jam-packed, it's time to offload the files to free up space. We simply tether our device and cut and paste the files over to the root directory. Note that you can move just the files or folders with files. All subfolders under the root will be inventoried. For example, this iPhone connects through the USB port with the cable that comes with the charger assembly. This SD card reader also connects via USB. We simply navigate the file system of the tethered device until we locate the files or folders we want to move over. And that's it. We're done. The files are offloaded and ready to organize. So back to the software. When you launch a new session, you'll come to the OrgaNinja main window, a control panel of sorts. Here's where we'll springboard into all the other modules within the application. Organize, retrieve, and watch. Let's start by organizing the files that we just moved over to our root directory. Click Organize. Select the files in the root directory, or select a subfolder under the root directory. Organize will then bring in all the files in that particular folder. One thing to point out, when we first launch and the application takes inventory and prompts us to organize now, If we answer yes, then all unorganized files across all directories will be brought in. Whereas if we answer no, then files will be brought in one folder at a time. Also within the Organize module, we'll find our preview area where we can load and play videos of virtually all file types. We can skip through videos, we can pause, and resume. Handy sliders for volume control, and precise placement on the video's timeline. If we come across a file that's a dud, we can ditch it. We can snapshot a video at any time during playback, and we can nail the perfect shot by pausing, then frame advancing before we click the snapshot button. We can work with multiple snapshots and choose the one we'll use to ID the video later. We can double-click on any snapshot at any time and save it off. This is a great feature for those who shoot in high def because the picture quality is excellent. We do not compress our bitmaps. We render the best possible quality at all times. Here's the File Builder Custom Control. The aforementioned gizmo we'll use to tag and bag our files, the heart and soul of the app. When we double-click anywhere within here, she'll pop up to give us her full attention. More later on how we go about renaming and organizing our files. Just know, for now, that this is where the magic happens. Lastly, we can save gobs of time by organizing similar files together in a batch. For example, all files from Junior's flag football games by clicking here on Batch Tagger. When we launch Batch Tagger from within the Organize module, we are presented with a three-step process. First, we are prompted to select the files we want to include in our batch. Simply stated, all the files of similar ilk. There is no option to ditch files at this point. Notice how, as we review the video currently playing, we can move back and forth from Organize to the first Batch Tagger window without interrupting playback. Thus, if we come across a video we do want to delete, we can simply back up one level and then chuck it. Once we've decided which files are to be organized together, we click Go, and the selected files come along with us to the second Batch Tagger window. And this is where we'll pick up when we resume part 2 of this tutorial. Thank you. We'll see you back here in a bit.